Panther Nation Podcast. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, cut right. And I would like to introduce one of the hottest podcasts in Carolina history. Let's go. Yeah. Talk, let's chat. We got time to chop it up. Talking analytics and fantasy draft. You know what's up. Panther Nation representing, cause this is where we talk that. Talk that's so incredible. Make them rewind that talk back. Pause. Talking Panthers football, we discussing it all. On and off the field, you know exactly who to call. You know we the #1 podcast. Competition is non-existent, you need to stop that. Pause. It's an honor to be a Panther fan, pause. At Bank of America, that is where we ball. Coming to the jungle, then you gonna feel the pause. Winning the trophy for the city, it is the call. Black, white, and blue, we going Carolina strong. And this is the conversation where everyone belongs. Discussing all the numbers and topics, you know we got it. We the hottest podcast, and we poppin', let's go.
QueenCityPodcastNetwork.com.
Yo, what's cracking, Panther Nation? What's good? Dave, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Did you hear what I heard?
Oh, I did not hear what you heard.
Oh, I thought there was a little bit of a delay.
No.
So that's why I was like,
No.
But it was good.
We're good. Mic check. We sounded nice. We scheduled release day. Unfortunately, we did not have a pod last night, and I think things lined up perfectly in the fact that schedule is being released today. So all is well. We here.
I thought we were going to move it to Wednesday anyway, but that's a whole different discussion. When you sent the text, I was like, easily. Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah. So, I had stuff to do yesterday. But anyway, we are here to talk about and react live to the schedule as it is released. And we'll kind of talk about the schedule and do some predictions later on. You know how we do this thing. If you've been around P&P for a while, you know this is what we do on schedule release day. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have fun with it. Basically the schedule is out. I'm looking at a schedule right now.
Yeah, things were dripping all day today, man.
Yeah. The leaks were leaking. So I'm basically looking at the schedule, and I'm not going to give any reactions. I don't want us to talk about it until it actually comes out, and we can give our thoughts on it as it comes out. So we wanted to go live early just so we can be prepared and we can actually react to it and show the release and all that stuff on the pod. We don't want to jump on at 8 and then start right at 8 as it's being released. So, the Panthers are going to release this little, I hope it's better than last year. The best schedule release was the throwback one they did. What was it, 2-3 years ago? Might've been longer than that.
Well, I saw the preview to what they were doing, and I'm like, this.
Do you know what they're? I'm not catching. I'm not picking up what they're putting down. I saw it, but I'm not picking up what they're putting down.
They talk. Yeah, I'm questioning the concept this year as well, but I'm not going to judge until I see the final package. They were out here using the jugs machine, so it tells me, man.
That was mid. That was mid. The best one is going back to the old school and had the throwback. That was fire. That was the best one. We haven't seen a schedule release that good since. You know what I mean? So I hope we do better than that. I'm not gonna put the leak up until just go to X and if you're on X or Twitter, bro,
don't be putting it in there. Y'all better not be putting it in the chat either.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, it is what it is. But I just want to react to the real deal instead of this.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure this is about accurate. It aligns with everything I've been seeing all day, but I don't know, man. We can't ever react to nothing live nowadays, man. Everything is getting put out early
because everybody wants to be first. Everybody wants to break something.
Let's chill out. Let's react to it as it comes out.
I mean, look, truth be told, a lot of folks probably can't afford to be getting tickets like that anyway. I mean, shoot, I barely can. So if I barely can, I can only imagine with you guys. I mean, it's tough in these streets, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you in the area, We haven't won in a while, but I think this is a good season. This has the potential to be a magical season. So it'll be fascinating to see how that goes. While we wait, man, I can give you my thoughts on them cutting Clowney.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it. I mean, let's talk. Did we not talk about that? I thought we talked about that.
Did we?
The whole show last week.
Was God, yeah, we
the whole
did.
thumbnails. But if you would like to elaborate on your thought, please do.
Did I forget? I mean, I told you. Or maybe we did talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, we did. But go ahead if you want to.
You went live. You went live solo.
That's right. That's right. I did go live. But I thought we did it.
We had an episode after that since then, have we? See, this is how wild it's been. For those who don't realize, man, I'm moving in a couple weeks. Like back here looks good right now, but if you notice that my arcade stick is a little higher than it normally is, because I'm gonna be like I literally have a box under there, and I'm gonna be stacking boxes for the next couple.
Hey, bro, hold on. You just pointed to the back, and my hater mode got activated real quick because I saw an op on the wall.
Oh yeah, I haven't taken down the option. I don't know. But the thing is, Joe Bello. No, it is time.
It's time I'm gonna take him down.
No, no.
We will stop it, bro. I cannot concentrate because I see ops on the wall. Bro, take it down, bro.
Truth be told, the ops been on the wall this entire time because Joe Bello is a phenomenal artist.
He
so
is
shout
great.
out to Joe Bello. He's great. And I didn't want it's got fine. You know what? Since you got me, since I'm in the movie swag, fine.
Please take it down. It's throwing me off, Dave. My hater mode got activated. I'm seeing Jeremy Chin on that wall, and it's throwing me off. So please take that down. Please, thank you. Now I can pod. Now I can pod in peace. I don't have ops staring me in my face. Know what I mean? Now we can pod in peace.
All right, there you go. Yeah. You better.
Now we can pod in peace. This is much better.
Okay. All right. Check to make sure there's no more ops.
That was throwing me all the way off. I could not concentrate. Looking at Jeremy
it's hilarious
Chin,
that op's been up here all season. You just realized that op was there.
I just saw it because you told me to look. You told me to look, bro. And so when I saw it, I said, "Hold up." Bro. Nah.
Yo, I'm laughing. I wasn't looking. The thing is, I was pointing at the arcade stick. I wasn't even pointing at him.
Yeah, but I saw it. Stick. As I looked up, I just saw it, and it threw me all the way off, bro. It threw me all the way off. All the way off.
Look, man. Look, long as Cam don't go to Atlanta, and then I'll have to take Cam down too. But I gotta take them all down anyway, so it's not a big deal. It's just one out of the
yeah, but the rest can go back up. You know what I mean? The rest are cool.
Oh yeah, that one ain't going back up at the new place.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, he's done. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. But I don't want to throw it. Like I said, Joe Bello has phenomenal.
You don't gotta throw it away. Just wait. You gotta wait till he retires or something. You gotta wait till he out the league.
Is that the rule? But what if he ends up playing? That's the rule. Nah, but what if he ends up playing more years?
Nah, well,
in Washington than he does.
Bro, it is what it is. Now he's not even with Washington no more.
Okay, where the hell is he at now?
I think he didn't go to the Raiders.
I have no idea where he's at. I have no clue.
He went to the Raiders. So with all due respect, you might not have too much longer to keep it up off your wall. So you might be able to put it up sooner rather than later.
Damn, man.
My bad. Hater mode got activated.
Yeah, you pretty much ended that man's career.
My bad, bro. My bad.
You act like that man's got the Jason Tatum or something.
Hey, look, man. Once you leave, no, I would never do that. We never put an injury on anybody. We're not gonna do that.
Yeah, that was devastating. Yeah, I still think Boston's gonna win tonight, though. But that was devastating. Jaylen Brown about to show why he got that $300 million tonight. He about to go earn his money tonight. Oh, he is with the Raiders.
Yeah. I thought he was with the Raiders.
Shout out to A-Cash for super chat. Shaw was about to ready to jump through the screen.
Yeah, man, we gotta take down the op
pick himself.
We gotta take that down, bro. We don't do ops. You got to go, bro. You got to go.
I'm a Celtics fan, guys. I was watching that game when that happened, and I knew it was an Achilles tear as soon as I saw it, bro.
Yeah, it was. You could tell with the way he.
You could tell it was a wrap, bro. I mean, Boston could probably still win the series, but I mean, coming up from 3-1 is a tough proposition. Let's start with winning tonight. They could do it. They got the talent. But the problem is Porzingis hasn't playing that well, so that doesn't help. I mean, but they can win. They can win tonight. But after tonight, it's gonna be tough. They can go back, and if they can get it back to Boston for Game 7, I think they can win the series. But I don't think that's gonna happen.
All right, so let's go back to your point about Jadeveon Clowney, because you're right. I did go live, and I don't think you gave your opportunity to talk about it. So please proceed with your thoughts on Jadeveon Clowney and his release.
Once we drafted 2 edge rushers, we knew his days was numbered. Like I between that and what happened in free agency, we kind of knew. I think the discourse online about it was weird. Like, we got to start making decisions that make sense, right? If you're trying to get younger, and it's clear that we had him last year, and while he did okay for us, the reality is that we still had one of the worst pass rushes in the NFL, pass rush percentage in the NFL. So, like, we're not good. We weren't good. It's clear. So we need to get more. We had to get better talent in here. And I think with the rookies that they drafted and free agents that they got, I think they feel like they got enough. But there was reports saying that they were planning on trying to trade him. They were trying to trade him.
Yeah, that was out there, bro.
That was already out there. So you kind of like that.
There.
Yeah. So that's your clue. Like, you're trying to trade this man. So it's clear. I mean, of course he's going to be salty about it. I mean, he was playing from home. But, it is what it is.
But what I found interesting, though, because he actually talked about it, and I found it very interesting with what he told Joe Person. He said, this is a quote from him. He said, "I went to OTAs day one, and they kind of told me they weren't expecting me to be there. I got a sense that they wanted me out of the building." He said, quote, he went on to say, quote, "I was just like, y'all could have told me this back when I was coming in here during the offseason. I kind of had a sense, though. I've been around the game long enough to know, so I was okay." That's very interesting. That does not seem like Canales, and it doesn't seem very Canales-like for them to not want somebody in the building and kind of give them that cold shoulder.
I think it was a situation of, we were picking on them we were picking on Dan Morgan and company not being good at poker, right? So this might have been one of those situations where you got to keep your cards tight. Because I mean, there could have been a situation, there could have been a legitimate scenario where he could have probably been on a roster depending on how the draft fell. But I think once we took that second edge rusher, I knew it was a wrap. Like, that was the moment. Like, after they got the first one, I was like, all right, Clowney needs to be worried. And after the second one showed up, it was over. Like, I did not think he was going to be on this roster. I didn't think he was going to be ready to rock. So I mean, I'm not shocked by that one bit. Props to them for playing their cards. I mean, they probably could have handled it better, but if they're trying to keep things tight, I can understand their perspective of how they went that way. But they did pay him a lot of money. He didn't perform based on what they paid him either. So, but it was good that we had an easy out. We saved almost $8 million in the cap, like $7.78 million or whatever it was. So I think that's great from that aspect. But, I wasn't too stunned by it. I mean, it's all about what you do in the offseason, man, and the decisions. But the thing is, Barno and Johnson aren't cap. Don't save them any cap compared to what Clowney did. Clowney's cap space gives them enough money to pay their rookies this year, all their rookies. It's pretty much, that covers the rookies, right? So that's different. Like, I think folks got to understand that sometimes these roster decisions ain't got nothing to do whether or not the guy's good or not. Sometimes it's about the cap. Sometimes it's about the business side of it too.
Oh, you mean the cap that doesn't exist?
The cap that doesn't exist.
Oh,
the non-existent cap.
Oh, okay. I was just because
Well, I know there's people that think that the cap's a myth. I mean, it's myth to a point, but it ain't a full-fledged myth. You got to pay the piper eventually. And they saw $7.8 million we can save if we get rid of Clowney. They tried to trade him. They couldn't trade him. You go.
Yeah, he's on the final year of his deal, so it's tough. It's tough when it gets to that point. So I think ultimately, and I think I said this when I went live, I think ultimately, and you just said it too, I think it boils down to this. I don't think they expected to be able to get who they got in the draft. When they double dipped and got Scorton and Princely, I think that kind of was like, all right, we got younger and we want to give these guys the opportunity to win early and play early. With Clowney on the roster, you're gonna throw Clowney in there, and even as a rotational player, like, you're gonna pay him however much we were paying him to be a rotational guy. I just did the impact, like, and also what you said, the play doesn't meet the pay, right? And so when that happens, you got to make that decision. And I think they're gonna be fine with what I think ultimately, and they're gonna have to be because they cut him, but they're gonna have to be fine with what they have on the roster. And I don't think Clowney was he wasn't game changing like that. And again, I think oftentimes we fall too in love with names. And Clowney, it was cool. He was a Carolina guy, a South Carolina guy. So let me be specific because Carolina is North Carolina.
No, you had it right.
Dave,
South Carolina.
Dave,
we're not doing this tonight. We're not doing this tonight.
I said what I said.
You can say what you want to say, I understand you're happy with your little. I know the Panthers are transitioning into one state, one team. Even I know they're trying to transition to one state, one team, and that's why we got no training camp because they want to go to the second state. But listen, Dave, I don't appreciate the hate in your heart about my home state. You're not listen.
What I said.
Listen, man. Let's keep it a buck. Y'all cool. Y'all straight. Y'all all right. I went to school there. That's cool. Don't get me wrong. There ain't too many great places in North Carolina, but don't be out here slandering my state. All right.
I ain't slandering. I'm just saying Carolina.
No.
Carolina is North Carolina.
Man, just because y'all got Bill Belichick as a head football coach, which I don't think he's going to make it to August, by the way. I don't think he's going to make it to August, by the way. But just because you got as a football coach doesn't mean anything. We got better barbecue than y'all.
Cap.
What?
Cap. Dave, come on, man.
Come on, dog. Let's do this.
I'm not about to go there, but I said what I said. Clowney is a South Carolina guy, so the story was nice. We fell in love with the story. We fell in love with the name. And that's what it was. You know what I mean? That's what it was. And so it was cool until it wasn't. Until like, hey, we didn't get what we wanted out of him. And everybody or most people in the daggone show was like, oh man, you gotta have him around for leadership. And I kept saying, like, how are you able to measure leadership from that seat you sitting in, just like me? Nobody's able to measure that. And obviously the Panthers didn't deem that leadership valuable enough to keep him around. For 7 million that we got back in cap. So,
by the way, I'm kidding about the barbecue. By the way, I'm never.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I've never been a mustard guy. I'm just busting your chops at this point. I mean, we got some pretty good stuff though. But either way,
I don't have hate for South Carolina, bro. Trust me, I'm cool with South Carolina.
You go down there a lot.
I do quite often. I'm there more often than I like.
Random fact. Did you know that Myrtle Beach is like a top 5 dangerous city now?
I'm there once a year, but I stay.
Look, listen. As somebody, I have family down there. Let's just say there's the Myrtle Beach that you go to, and there's the Myrtle Beach that I've seen.
Right. Stay in my lane, bro. Stay in my lane.
All right, but
I said Murder Beach. That's wild, bro.
Dog.
Chill out, bro. That's crazy,
bruh. Yeah, it's like that. It's been like that, but it's gotten okay. I lost my train of thought. I want to talk about this draft, the draft lottery nonsense that I'm seeing in this chat real fast. I know I'm switching course, but we got some time. Listen, guys, I know the Hornets fan feel away about what happened to them last night.
Bro, we got robbed.
You got robbed, but that don't mean it's fixed. That's my point. It doesn't mean it's fixed. I don't think it's fixed. Here's my thing.
They need to change the system.
To what?
The worst team?
Nah, dog. Nah, this ain't the NFL, bro. There's
Why
a
not?
difference. Because
it's not benefiting bad teams.
It depends.
It does.
The lottery.
The proof is in the pudding.
But the thing is, the reason why the lottery came to existence is because they were trying to avoid teams from tanking. Because the teams were legitimately tanking. Like Utah.
Bro, the NFL
and you guys.
The NFL.
No, they don't tank. They don't tank. Bro, you know how many times y'all complain? You know how many times y'all complain about the fact that we got like that last win? Giants fans are furious because they got out of range of Cam Ward because they got that last win against the Colts. Like, they don't tank because there's a physicality in that game where that ain't in the player's DNA. And if it is in their DNA, they're not gonna be on a team. They're not gonna be on an NFL team. Film don't lie. So it's talent is talent. But I think the concept of folks thinking that they gave that pick to Dallas is egregious. Like they predicted that Kyrie Irving was going to get hurt. Like that team was already good. They just missed the playoffs. And then 1.8%, baby. All you need is 0.00001. I don't think they get
Not a fan.
I know. Because the Hornets have never had the number 1 pick.
Never.
Ever.
And they're historically the worst team in the NBA, bro.
We're at that point now. Like they're historically the worst team in NBA history.
Historically, like they're pretty bad, bro. They're pretty bad.
No, I didn't say they were bad, but have they reached the point? Because you got to remember, bro. When I was younger, the Hornets were it. They were always in the playoffs. They were competitive.
But that was the last day. That was the last time they were it.
Well, they were good. They were good in the 2000s, but then they moved the team to New Orleans. They ain't been the same since. They've been the same since they brought them back as the Bobcats.
Exactly.
They have not been the same since they brought them back. They've only had one playoff berth, if I recall correctly, right? Once. They've only been to the playoff once.
It's mid, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, nah.
It's mid.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I wonder when Michael Jordan goes on NBA on NBC, will he talk about his days with the Hornets as the executive? Yeah, the Wizards were bad, but the Wizards got a championship at least. But it ain't rigged, man. I ain't rolling. Because if it was rigged, LA and New York would win that thing every year. You know what I'm saying?
They don't need to win it. They could
the
just
Knicks,
buy who they want.
How bad the Knicks has been?
They could
you
just
know how hard they had to work.
Buy who they want, bro.
The Knicks. Was Larry Johnson first? You might be right. Larry Johnson was first. Were they first?
I think
that was a long time ago, guys. They were first. That was the last time. But you know the historical thing about the Hornets was when they with the first owner, they never re-signed free agents. They let everybody walk. But you know, I think it sucks y'all fell out of the top 3 though. That's what sucked. Like y'all need to get in the top 3.
I was hurt, bro.
Y'all need to get in the top 3.
I was hurt. I was locked in on the lottery, bro. I was like, man, we in the top 4. First pick when they came back from the break. I'd be dang. First pick, bro.
Oh, Jesus, man. When I saw who made it, I was like, is Dallas going to win this thing, man? When I saw that Dallas got out of that joint, I was like, my God. And Dallas has been, like, people forget, like, when I was a kid, you didn't want to play with the Mavericks on NBA Jam.
The Mavericks have been good, though. They don't need the first pick. That's the point. They don't need it. They've been great. They got chips. They've got players.
Well, I mean, Kyrie's hurt. Anthony Davis can't stay healthy. We don't know what the hell they got, really. But I mean, you know, they always got to keep they got to keep the streak going with Dallas. I mean, they had Dirt, then they had Luka, and now they're gonna get Cooper.
Cool. Yes.
From Luka to Cooper. Like I said on Twitter, from Luka to Cooper.
Nice too.
You think gonna be nice?
Yep.
You think he's gonna be the new face of the NBA?
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I mean, Anthony Edwards don't want it, so who else is next? Tatum.
Yeah,
Tatum.
That dude, he's a funny dude.
Yo, he is. Yo, I love watching Anthony Edwards play. Love it.
But all right, let's really quick. We got about 7 minutes or 8 minutes before they 7 minutes before they start or release the schedule on YouTube or wherever they're gonna release it. Rookie minicamp. We could quickly talk about rookie minicamp. Listen, I mean, I put up the highlight videos. Shout out to all of the media folks that posted videos. They're going to be critically important as we go through training camp because obviously, you know, we're not going to be able to see what we're used to seeing at training camp. So shout out to them for posting all the stuff that they post. But Dave, what is your initial observations from the couple of days of minicamp?
Can I have a confession?
Yep.
I haven't paid too much attention.
Bro, you're wilding.
I did hear that I saw that Jimmy Horn was showing out.
Yes, he was.
I saw that he was showing out. Saw that Tet was showing out. Looks like Leggett was doing his thing. I think the receivers look good.
Leggett wasn't out there.
Oh, Leggett wasn't there?
He's not a rookie, Dave.
Oh, God, you're right. So,
Jesus Christ.
I told you I haven't been paying attention. I did see highlights of Jimmy Horn, though. I heard that Jimmy Horn looked good. I haven't seen the kid from Miami that you were hyping up, though. I don't know how he was looking.
He had one little highlight, nothing too crazy. Shout out to Mike K. He did say Mike was out there looking he's out there looking good. So again, I don't have a bunch of reports from him, but I mean Jimmy Horn Jr. was all the buzz, and I'm working on something, a nice little piece of work. I'm trying a new style of videos on YouTube in a second. Give me about a week. I'm working on something for Jimmy Horn Jr. But yeah, he had a really good camp. He looked real fluid, fast. I think that this kid, he has the potential, man. I just hope. There's been a lot thrown around. There've been a lot of names associated with who he's going to be, and I don't want to spoil the video, but you know, even with what TD's breakdown, he mentioned, you know, Steve Smith Sr. and him potentially taking that special teams route, and there's been a bunch of names out there associated with what Jimmy Horn Jr. could be. But I think he's got a lot of potential, bro. And go ahead.
There's no question that he has a lot of potential. I just hope folks pump the brakes on comparing him to the best wide receiver we've ever had. That's all. Like I've already heard Evans being compared to Greg Olsen. Like we really got to pump the brakes with this, guys. Like let's see how this goes.
Yeah,
I think Jimmy Horn was drafted to fix special teams first and foremost.
Yeah,
and I felt that way when we made the pick. I think he's going to take a David Moore, a Raheem Blackshear, like take those guys. Their roster spot is in trouble. That's just my thoughts on it. And then if he morphs into like a great wide receiver, awesome. But I think he's primarily there to be a dynamic special teams returner, or the kick returner, punt returner. Got 2 super chats we got to hit.
Mm-hmm.
ACAS, Dave, so how do bad teams improve if they can't get top picks? What if a team isn't taking and they just suck like the Wizards?
Bingo.
Valid point. However, that's still on ownership to be willing to spend money to get guys. Like there ain't a limited amount of max deals. Because a lot of these owners ain't willing to pay their luxury tax. And that's what the Celtics are going to have to deal with in this upcoming season now that they know that Tatum's going to be out for next year. So you have to make good decisions. Like you can have as many number 1 picks as you want. It ain't going to guarantee no championship. Ask the 76ers. You got to be able to execute. Like, people forget the Celtics built their dynasty off the mistakes of 76ers, really, about who they took. But, like Jason Tatum should not have fell to them. Shouldn't have. They took Markieff Fultz and set. But I digress. Shout out to Big D, no Kool-Aid sipping. What's good, family? What's going on, man? Hope everything's well with you. All right. But
back to rookie minicamp. Go ahead.
Yeah, back to rookie minicamp. Yeah, before I start talking NBA again. So I'm T-Mac, by the way. My bad, guys. I called him Ted earlier. I apologize. T-Mac, he looked good out there. I know we just had the discussion point about who's going to potentially make this roster. And I will say, man, boy, I don't know if any of these undrafted free agents is going to make this, like from the wide receiver position, is going to make this roster.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Very difficult.
I think there's some guys certainly that are some undrafted guys, not in the wide receiver room, that can make it, but the wide receiver room, yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. All right, I'm going to share my screen. It's not live yet, but it's going to premiere at 8. So let me get this thing ready.
Spend money. Audio. Yeah, why you do that? I mean, the Spurs historically has not had top picks, really. I mean, they got Wemby, but like when they were running through their dynasty, they picked up Ginobili and some of these and Tony Parker in the late rounds. I mean, you could build a team. You just got to have good scouting. You got to be able to draft well, and that's been the big issue with the Hornets too. It's not gonna just come to you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not gonna come to you. But I mean, they had Duncan. I know. I get it. And folks remember how they got Duncan, right? David Robinson was hurt, and they had a terrible year. So sometimes there's some level of luck to it as well.
All right, this thing should be starting here in a second. I'm not sure why it's not.
It says premiere in 60
hit
seconds.
Hit that refresh button. There we go.
There you go. Take the closed caption off, though.
Hi guys, in this video, we're gonna turn this book.
You stopped it. Oh, you might have did that on purpose.
So, hey, Dave, can you share?
Are you having issues? Yeah, give me a second. I can try to share it. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Hold on 1 second.
I got it. Hold on.
I appreciate you calling to me, man. When I got a secret, I've been meaning to tell you.
Y'all hear it?
This ain't my real voice.
This is how I really talk. When I was younger, I knew I wanted to be an American football player. So I thought having a southern accent would make people think I was tough. But the truth is, I love the finer things in life. I love fine wines and artisan cheeses. I curate works of art from around the world. And of course, appreciate a little light reading.
Is he serious? He wasn't always wearing that, was he?
Okay. Thanks, XL. We appreciate that. But let's get back to the reveal.
Actually, Rob, I got something to get out too.
So in the offseason, I work as a volunteer sheriff deputy. Last month, I set the record for most seatbelt citations.
Sir, you know where I pulled you over today? Seatbelt.
Straps.
Seatbelt. Sir, you know where I pulled you over today?
JC, bro, it's me, JT. What's up?
Seatbelt.
I ain't gonna lie, twin. I'm not taking this ticket. I ain't left the stadium yet. I'm still in the whip. What's up?
That's pretty
cool. But I'm gonna need this one overturned though.
Whew. Thank you, JC. I appreciate that, brother. Let's get back to the reveal, though.
All right. Listen. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I've been telling Coach I've been living in the gym. But real life, I've been living in the stadium. I eat here. I watch TV here. I even found myself a house pet. Secret is, I really never leave.
Bro, you been chirping at me at what time I get here, and you been here the whole damn time?
Hey, that's enough, man. I appreciate all the secrets, though. But the secret's about the damn schedule.
Hey, maybe we don't mention that I'll be living in the stadium, though. Let's keep that hush.
I thought it was funny.
Okay, it was a couple of funny. The seatbelt joint was funny. I got to give him that. Seatbelt was funny.
The beef I have, like I'm gonna move it back.
What time I get?
Damn schedule.
Hey,
But the secret's about the damn schedule.
Hey, maybe we don't mention that I'll be living in the stadium, though. Let's keep that hush.
The fact that they didn't do nothing for the schedule, and the schedule just sitting on the floor.
Yeah, like they didn't do anything with the teams. Like they typically, yeah, it's all good. Anyway, Dave, let's go ahead if you can. I will go to I don't know, go somewhere to pull up the schedule.
Yeah, I'm going to Panthers.com.
And the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take a look at it, and we're just gonna do a rapid fire first reaction. I want to take this segment by segment, so don't just ramble about the schedule. Let's just take it first thoughts, best game, worst stretch, must-win games. Let's see where we are from a schedule stand. We cannot see anything on that. It's very small.
I'm trying to figure out to get the schedule out because it's not on the site yet. Bear with me.
Yeah, I have it here. I think it's. Never mind. Go ahead.
Let me see. Come on, guys. Come on, NFL. Do better.
Just go to.
I'm getting there. Bear with me, guys. Hasn't even added it yet. All right. Unset. Oh, it's right here. Stop. All right. Give me 1 second, guys.
Let's go to the Panther site, bro.
It's there now? Because I just was there and it wasn't there.
Yeah, it's up there.
All right, hold on. Bear with me. Oh, there it goes. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, I'll share. Give me 1 second. All right, let's start with the first 2 weeks. Y'all can see that, right?
Yes, we can. So let's quickly. We're not going to go through it line by line. I just want to quickly go through it and just give your initial thoughts, like the initial thoughts on what you see, and then we'll go through it game by game later. So just rapid fire. What's your best game, worst stretch? Just taking a look at it. Where do you see it as the worst stretch and the best games?
The first 4 weeks is going to be brutal because the 3 of the first 4 games are on the road. Opponents withstanding, right? Like we start at Jacksonville, at Arizona. We come home to Atlanta, and then we got to go to the Patriots, go to New England. Now, are the teams good? Not all of them, right? But the fact that you're opening up the season, first 3 out of 4 games on the road is troubling. Continue to skim down. Our bye week isn't until week 14.
Yeah.
And 3 out of our last 4 games is divisional games, which is typical. But the fact that we have a Tampa Bay Buccaneers sandwich makes them think that potentially they might think that us and Tampa might be fighting for the divisions.
Yeah,
crown.
could be very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm looking at, if you go to the middle of the schedule, I'm looking at that Rams San Francisco. Yeah, that right there is going to be very interesting to me. And Atlanta, if you're counting that. Yeah.
And 49ers Rams you got at San Fran, short week.
Yeah.
Then you get LA at home.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be fascinating.
And we both traveling too. Both teams gonna be coming back. I don't know where the Rams are prior to that, but that's a tough little joint right there.
Only positive thing is that you got a bye after all that.
Is that our only primetime game, San Francisco?
That is our only primetime game.
Yeah. Well, at least we got one. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
That'd be Christian McCaffrey. That's what they're hyping it up as. We'll see if he's healthy to be there. That's it out loud. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, man, I think what do you look at as the best game or a must win? If you're looking at the schedule, what's the game you're most looking forward to? And then like the must win game that you see on the schedule.
Well, I gotta call my buddy Marcus. I'm probably gonna go to this New England game, but the game that's gonna be fascinating to me. I think week 8 against Buffalo will be fascinating at home.
Yeah, that's a real litmus test. I would agree. That's gonna be tough.
That's gonna be a tough one. I think like starting at week 10, second half of the season, you got 5 conference games, bro. 5 divisional games, excuse me. You got Saints, Atlanta, and 10 and 11. Then you got Saints, Bucks, 15, 16, and then you close out against the Bucks in 18. So like the fact that you only have 1 divisional game in the first 9 weeks of the season is telling.
Yeah. I think to me, if I'm looking at like a must-win game, I think we gotta grab one of them Tampa games, bro. Like I
would argue the Saints game after the bye is probably more important because sometimes we have a habit of being flat after the bye, and considering that we have such a late bye, it's kind of imperative that we need to come out of the bye shooting cylinders. We don't know what the Saints are going to be in Week 15. I've been throwing the jokes about their quarterback situation, but by Week 15, they're going to have an idea of who they got. You know what I'm saying? So for me, the big game for me is the game against the Saints coming off the bye, because those are the type of games where we like show up flat, and we kind of can't afford to do that. I know folks are talking about the Jacksonville theory, and I had a joke about it earlier today, but because we opened the season against Jacksonville at Jacksonville, and the last 2 times we did that, we went to the Super Bowl.
Has there been any other time that we've opened up against Jacksonville and we haven't gone anywhere?
No.
So we going to the chip? Is that what we saying?
No, that's what Twitter was saying.
That's what we saying. I mean, if that's what it is.
Did you see what my response was when somebody said it?
No, I did not.
I said we had a different owner back then too.
Well,
I'm trying to keep my hope.
We can talk about a lot of things that'll be different, but
I know. I mean, I know, but we're gonna see. I think we're gonna win the division. So I got hopes, man. I got some high hopes for this season.
Be very, very interesting.
But this schedule doesn't do us too many favors. Like when I saw that 3 out of our first 4 games was on the road, I'm thinking to myself, geez Louise, man.
Yeah, that's tough. That is tough.
Like, so that was the first thing. The other thing I saw was the late bye, and I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, a lot of hopefully we don't get too many injuries. You know what I mean? If we do, that healing time is gonna be a little late. That's a lot of games you got to play back to back to back before you get that bye. It'd be good to have that break near the middle, but have the bye that late is kind of.
It's the last bye of the season.
Yep.
Like that was a killer too. I mean, we could be like it's imperative that we string a bunch of wins in to open the season.
Yeah.
Like it's imperative. It's imperative. Like we should be able to beat 3 out of our first 4 teams. Should be able to beat all 4, to be honest with you. Considering that our toughest game is probably the Falcons at home. Like all 4 of these games are winnable games. We should be able to start pretty strong. But we'll see.
All right. So Dave, you want to go ahead and go through this game by game and kind of let's talk about each one and see what we can come up with. Here, I will take the record prediction because we typically do that. So I'll mark it down. So bear with me. We'll start with Jacksonville. But before you give your final win-loss prediction, just let me know your thoughts on this game. This is an interesting one because you got a new coach in Jacksonville. You got Travis Hunter, number 1 overall. Not number 1 overall pick, but he's up there, one of the most highly touted guys from a talent perspective. Like Dave said, Duval. You know what I mean? So what's good?
And not only the fact that it's a brand new coach there, it's a guy that Dave Canales knows so well because they're on the coaching staff in Tampa. But the big thing that I'm fascinated by with this matchup is when we talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars, Travis Hunter, you're going to be doing both. Are we going to see T-Mac versus Travis Hunter again? But they got a little bit of that in college. So we might get that type. We're going to get that. We're going to potentially get that again. So it'll be fascinating to see how that pans out with regards to that. But I still think Carolina should be able to win this game on the road against Duval.
Yeah. So just some quick notes here. Jacksonville and the Panthers are tied 4-4 all time. The last time we played Jacksonville, we lost 26-0. We got blanked.
That was our last shutout, and that was the infamous drink game.
Oh, it was. Yes, it was. That was Tepper throwing a drink on somebody. I remember that.
That was
2023 was the last time we played them. 26-0. David Tepper let his emotions get to him and crashed out on a fan. And so prior to that, though, we won 3 straight. We beat them in 2019, 2015, and 2011. And so I think this is a winnable game. Jacksonville does not, I'm not shivering in my boots over Jacksonville. So I'm gonna predict this as a dub. Let me see the last time we played them on the road. That was the last time. So we
got shut out. The drink. Yep,
so last time we went on the road, we lost to Jacksonville. I'm going W for the for this Jacksonville game.
Yep.
All right, so we'll keep it moving. Arizona, Dave, thoughts on Arizona?
We're gonna beat them because we beat Arizona. That's just what happens. We beat Arizona. We have a pretty good record against Arizona. Even when they're better than us from a record standpoint, we've done pretty well against Arizona. Particularly on the road, we've done pretty well against Arizona. So I'm taking Arizona here. I'm not too worried about.
You're taking Arizona, or are you taking the Panthers?
No, Carolina. Excuse me. I'm taking Carolina here. I'm not worried about the Cardinals.
Yeah, we got a little winning streak on the road against the Cardinals. We beat them the last 2 times we played them on the road. One of them being the Cam Newton return game in 2019. And then 2021. So we've beaten them a couple of times. Man, I'm
we just own, like we beat these guys. Like we have their number. Overall, from a record standpoint, we have their number. So I got Carolina here.
Well, they did beat us in 2022. They did beat us at home in 2022, but outside of that, we've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of our last 8 games. You know what I mean? So that's pretty crazy. Arizona is, I think we can get the dub. I'm a little bit nervous about going on the road, but like Dave said, we have beaten them the last couple of times. So I'm rocking with this dub as well.
Shout out to Matty B for the super chat. Both years that we went to Super Bowl, we opened against Jacksonville. Just saying, I already put my thoughts on that one. Appreciate super chat, my man. DJ G Boy, didn't the last time we opened the Jacksonville went to Super Bowl? Yup, we did. I'm fully aware, guys. I've been a fan for a long time. 03 was the infamous Jake Delhomme game. Rodney P started that game. Jake Delhomme made the comeback. All right, man. We got week 3 against the Falcons. Who you got?
Week 3 against the Falcons at home. This is going to be an interesting one. I believe we split the last 4 games.
Split last,
yeah. So 2-2 in home games going back to 2021. The last one was a loss, 38-20. Listen, we have got to be better in division games. And I think, you if all things go to plan, you're going to be coming off 2 dubs, right? And so I think the momentum needs to be heading in the right direction. I think Atlanta is going to be a tough game. Atlanta's going to be good. I wish we caught them almost a little bit earlier. I know it's still early, but I wish we kind of caught them in the first couple of games while they're still kind of getting right. But I think, with our guys healthy, this being a home game, we split the last 4, 2-2. This, to me, this is a must win, bro. Like, I think this is a must win game, division at home. I'm going dub. Dave, what you got?
Yeah, I think we're going to win this game. The question I have, did we win our home opener last year? I don't think we did. No.
I don't think so.
No, we didn't. I'm trying to remember the last time we won a home opener.
It's a good question. I can check. I got to go back and look. But
it's been a minute, but I think we'll be able to get this one. I think the Falcons they're not going to be ready for us in week 3. And I haven't looked at their schedule, so I have no idea who they open up against. So, I mean, that's factors too, right? If they got a tough schedule, they might come in there hungry or whatever. But we're gonna beat those guys in Charlotte. It's imperative we start 1-0 in the division. We will have a chance to win the division. So, give me the Falcons here.
Yeah, same. Go ahead and hit those super chats, Dave.
Yeah, we got just one.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ra. How concerned are you about our defense early in the season? It can't be as bad as what I saw last year. I mean,
yeah, for sure. You can't get any worse.
Nah.
I think that I think that our defense is going to be better. I mean, I've said this a couple of times, but getting Derek Brown back alone is going to make our defense that much better. So I have no concerns about how we're going to look. I think, again, just get us middle of the pack. They're not going to be perfect, but I think we're going to be solid enough. So that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Next up, we got the Patriots. New head coach Mike Vrabel came back home, so to speak. They picked up Stephon Diggs at wide receiver. Drake Mays in his second year. We're gonna see.
Yeah. So the last time we played New England was in 2021. We lost to them 24-6. Prior to that, though, we had a nice little winning streak. We won 3 out of the 5 games, the last 5 games against them. The last W coming in 2017, and that was at New England. So the last time we went to New England, we did win. So yeah, I'm rocking with this. I think this is a winnable game.
Yeah,
although new coach Vrabel, I think they might be heading in the right direction, but I don't know if they are going to be.
It's going to be a tougher game than what it should be.
I agree.
But because it's also in New England. Now, luckily, it's in September, so it's going to be relatively warm. It's not going to be like cold, which is good. But I went to the preseason game, and I know we have to take the balance of the preseason games, but still, I think we should be able to get this one. But I think it's going to be a pretty good game. I plan on trying to get up there for this one. I gotta hit up Marcus and try to get it going.
Yeah. So same. I have a dub. So we both got them going 4-0 through this first 4 games.
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. The only one I have a little concern about is going to be probably Atlanta. Atlanta at home. I'm
more concerned about New England than Atlanta.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well,
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Like because I respect Vrabel as a coach, so I'm more concerned about New England than Atlanta. And I respect Raheem too. Don't get me wrong, but I hate the Falcons. So my bias is showing. All right, I got one more super chat. All snap on October 12th. We're gonna get there. Appreciate the super chat.
Yeah. So we got Miami. We got Miami next. That's at home. So at home versus Miami. The last time we played Miami at home, we won. We beat them in 2017, 45-21. However, the last 2 times we played Miami, we caught the fade. We caught L's going back to 2023 and 2021. So this is gonna be a tough game. I'm gonna go L here. I think you going dub?
I don't know, man. Because my dilemma with Miami right now is that there's a lot of turmoil with Tyreek Hill
for sure
out here not rating this quarterback with the top 5. He might not even be on the roster by week 5. You never know what's going to happen with that situation. You don't know what the situation is going to be. You don't know what the team dynamic is going to be. It's going to be interesting to see how Mike McDaniel comes into this season, because he started so strong initially when he first got there, and last year was not so much. I'm hoping that we can pull this upset. I actually have some employees that are Dolphin fans, so I would really love us to see us do this. It's hard to tell now. I could see us potentially winning it. I know L has to come at some point. So the debate is, will Miami get the L or Dallas? So it's tough. I think we can pull it off, man. I think the momentum's going to get us to 5.
So Dave got us going 5-0 right now. 5-0 through 5 weeks. That's tough. That's tough.
I'm a Canales believer, man. What can I say?
Hey, listen, do what you got to do, bro. Do what you got to do. I'm not doubting you. All right. So, and just heads up, Miami does lead the series all time 6-2. That's crazy.
That's about right. Yeah, we used to struggle against the AFC back in the day, like struggle.
Yeah, we've only beat them twice, so not cool there at all. All right, so Dallas is coming to town. If you're a PSL owner, save it. Come on, man. Let's show up. Don't immediately put that joint on the market. You know what I mean? Don't do it. Don't do it. You know what I mean?
You know what's funny? There's 2 games, and I'm going to be in town for home. That'll be in the area. And both games, my flight leaves on Sunday at like 6 o'clock, 6:50 in Greensboro. So if I go to a game, I'm only going to be able to go to a half.
Well, yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So
So
push
it's
that
either
flight back, man.
I don't think I can fly out of Greensboro. That's what makes it difficult. I'm on the last flight out.
Well, yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah, well, I'd rather fly out of Greensboro than the flight to Greensboro cheaper than flying out of Charlotte nowadays. So, but yeah. So I'm either gonna go to the Falcons or the Dallas for a half. Just got to decide which one.
But here we go. So Dallas, the last time we played Dallas, obviously was last year. They beat us 30-14 at home. They beaten us twice at home in in consecutive seasons. So 2023 and 2024. Not good there at all. The last time we beat Dallas was in 2018. That was at home. That's the last time we beat Dallas. So Dallas, the bank is almost like their second home at this point. We don't have a good record against Dallas. They lead the series 12-5 all time.
It's funny. We lose them in the regular season. We beat them in the postseason, though.
True. But it's tough. I think to me, I think this is going to be another L. And I know it sucks to lose at home, but I'm going L here. I don't know, man. Dallas is gotten. Oh, they got a new coach though, man. I don't know, bro. I'm going Dub. I take it back. They got a new coach. I think he's mid. I know they just picked up. They picked up. What's my man name? Pickens. From Pittsburgh. So I'm going Dub, bro. I'm going Dub. I cannot give us an L against Dallas, bro. I'm going Dub.
Because of, if we want to be talking about all this history about Jacksonville and all this other hoopla, I mean, I'm going L here.
So that's Dave's first L.
That's my first L on my birthday at that. Probably why I'm probably going to pick the Atlanta game over the Dallas game.
So we both got us 6-1.
5-1.
5-1. Excuse me. I'm through week 6. Yes, 5-1. My apologies. You're all right. So 5-1 through week 6. And we got the Jets coming up. I'm going Dub off the rip. I mean, we can break this all down, but I'm going Dub against the Jets. Jets don't scare me at all.
I might try to pull up for this one. But yeah, I agree. I might try to go to this game.
And the Panthers the Panthers lead this series all time 5-3. The last time we played the Jets was 2021. We beat them at home 19-14.
That was the Sam Darnold revenge game.
It was blood and guts for Sam Darnold.
The Sam Darnold revenge game.
I believe to open the season, right?
I believe so.
I'm going Dub.
Yeah, we'll beat the Jets.
I'm going Dub. So that's 6-1. Hold on. All right, what else we got? Who we got next? The Buffalo. Oof.
We losing this one, guys.
At home.
Josh Allen. Remember last time we played Buffalo?
I do not.
Was it the punter or the kicker got hurt during warmups?
Oh yeah, 2021. 2021. Yes, I do recall. It was at Buffalo, 31-14. We lost. Yeah, our kicker got hurt in preseason or in the pregame warmups. Not cool there. Yeah. However, I will say the last time Buffalo came to Carolina, we got the dub, an ugly dub, won 9-3.
Hold on.
2017.
I might be in town for that, but I would be in Raleigh, so that's gonna be a tough drive. Let me check.
Yeah. So this is gonna be a tough game. This is a tough game. I don't know if we got the firepower just yet to beat Buffalo.
Actually, that might be the game I go to right there. Buffalo.
I'm going L there. What you got, Dave?
Yeah, I gotta decide. Yeah, we're losing. I got Josh Allen. Yeah,
I think this is going to be the toughest game of the season.
Quarterback in the league.
I would agree with that. I think it's going to be a tough one. I don't know if we got the fire. And this is going to be a true litmus test, right? Where are the Panthers? Can we compete with the big boys?
Carolina North.
I would just like to see a good competitive game. Like I would like to see us be in a dogfight with the Bills, and I consider that a dub. Considering where we've been, where we're trying to go, we just want to prove that we belong. So I think this would be as long as it's a tough game, tough, close, hard-fought game, I'm cool with losing to Buffalo. Dave, next we got Green Bay.
The Packers of Green Bay.
Green Bay.
In
and
November.
November, getting a little chilly. Not quite the coldest. I think we called it.
It ain't the coldest, but
it's gonna be cold, but not necessarily the coldest. Dave, what you got on this one?
We're gonna lose this one too, man.
Yeah, the Packers have beaten us 3 games straight. They beat us at home last time in 2023. They beat us 33-30. I remember that game. We should have won that game. That was Bryce Young's. He had a very good game that game. Couldn't quite pull it out, but we hung tight with the Packers.
Never played Jordan Love, though.
Yeah, 2020. Who was the quarterback then when we played?
Wasn't it Rodgers?
2023?
Or am I tripping?
I think you're.
No, I am tripping because he was with the Jets in 2023. You're right.
Yeah,
it was Love. You're right. He got hurt in 2023. That is correct. Okay. Yeah. Nah, at Green Bay, we're not beating them boys, man.
So yeah, at Green Bay, let's see what we did on the road.
Love.
We lost the last 3 games on the road too. I'm going L here as well. We lost in 2020, lost in 2019. Although we should have won that. We should have won one of them games. What was the one, Teddy? When we called we couldn't get 1 yard on the 1 yard line.
Yeah, bro. That was
That's when I was ready to move on. I was ready to move on then. Couldn't get 1 yard from you know who, the world's greatest running back, according to y'all. Couldn't get us 1. But anyway,
be careful, man. We're gonna get to that world's greatest running back.
Keeping it a bean. I'm just keeping it a bean. Just keeping it a bean here.
Man.
So 6-3. We both got a 6-3 day. So you got L. You got an L there. You said L, right?
Yeah.
All right. So now we are going to New Orleans. Oh no, New Orleans at home. At home. I wish we would have caught New Orleans a little bit earlier. By this time, they're going to be catching their groove a little bit. I'm not saying that they scare me by any means, but I would like to have caught New Orleans a little bit earlier. New head coach.
I'll keep it a buck with you, bro. I don't think it's going to matter. And the reason why, because I think they're in the Archie Manning sweepstakes. So
okay,
I do. I don't think they're going to be good this year at all.
Think they're going to tank?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think they're good. They're just not. Let me be clear, not tank. I just don't think they're going to be good this year. I think they're going to be among the worst teams in the NFL this year.
You don't
think I'm not going to say tank.
Huff going a show whatever.
No, they're going to regret. The Saints are going to regret not taking Shador. This is what it's going to be. So they're going to hope and pray that Archie Manning is going to save them next year. I just don't think they have the talent. I don't think none of those quarterbacks are capable.
Yeah.
Like, you think Spencer Rattler is going to – if we lose to Spencer Rattler or Tyler Shuck, I'm going to be furious. I'm going to be furious.
Yeah.
The best quarterback might be Taysom Hill. Like, you want to keep it a buck. You want to keep it a bean. And they got a new head coach. So –
yeah, the last time we played New Orleans, we got the W at home. So we beat them 23-22. So shout out to the Panthers. And I think this is a dub. I'm going W. It's about time we pull the Bruins back out on the Saints. I think this is going to be the year. And so I'm going dub against the New Orleans Saints at home. All right, next we got Atlanta on the road. Similar things apply. I think we're going to split with Atlanta personally. So I'm going L there on the road against Atlanta.
I concur.
All right. So we basically on the same page here through, what's this, 11 weeks? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 4. Not too bad. Not too bad. But then we got a big game. Prime time. We ain't played on prime time in a full year. And then we back on prime time. Bryce Young heading to his home state. You know what I mean? Going to Cali. Going back to Cali.
Cali.
Yes, California love. Dave. We going back. We going back. So Dave, 49ers, not your same 49ers. This ain't the same 49ers team was back in the day. You know, I mean, these guys are not as dominant as they once were, but still formidable. Dave, how you feel about this primetime game?
I'm so conflicted here, bro.
What's to be conflicted about?
Is Brock Purdy enough? I'm taking Carolina to get this done on the road.
Yeah, so just some couple of history notes. We do lead the all-time series against the 49ers 13-10.
Yep.
13 W's, 10 losses. We have lost the last 2 against the 49ers going back to 2022 and 2019. They destroyed us one year in 2019, 51-13. No bueno.
I remember that game.
Yeah,
that was straight dominance, bro.
Yeah, we got destroyed. The last time we went, that was the last time we went on the road too. We got destroyed. I think Monday night, I think the lights are going to be a little bit too bright for the Carolina Panthers. We don't typically fare well in primetime games, although it's been a while. Hopefully Canales can change that, but I'm going L personally Monday night against the San Francisco 49ers. All right, next up we got the Rams. I got an interesting fact about the Rams, Dave.
What's your interesting fact?
I mean, do you want to guess what the interesting fact is? I like playing games.
Okay. Yeah. We've probably got like a crazy winning streak against these guys.
Mm. We do own the series. We do own.
We got a crazy. We probably haven't won in a minute.
13-10.
It's probably the last time we beat them was in the playoffs in 2003.
Not that long. The last time we beat the Rams was in 2016.
Oh yeah, I don't think we're going to beat them this time either. So the streak's going to continue.
Yeah. So
I think the short week's going to kill us.
Here's the deal. Yeah, here's the deal, Dave. We've never beaten Sean McVay as the Rams head coach,
and we're not going to.
We only played him twice. We only played him twice.
But
we never beaten him.
Nah, we're losing this one, guys.
I'm also going L. I'm also going L too. So I got us on a 3-game losing streak. Not good going into the bye.
Do better.
Not good. So that's me. Me personally, I got him on a 3-game losing streak. So it appears like this stretch going back to Green Bay, Buffalo, going back to Buffalo, Green Bay, New Orleans, Atlanta, San Francisco, Rams. That is tough, but at least we got the bye week. That's a tough stretch right there. Taking out New Orleans, that's really the only, kind of shoe in. But
you have us losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of our last 6 games going to the bye.
I do. Yes, I do.
I picked us to beat the Saints. I had us beating
49ers
and the Saints.
New Orleans.
That's it.
Yeah, that was
it.
I got
us losing to the Rams.
Yep.
But we only had a 2-game losing streak on my joint. You out here doing
I'm just
2-game and a 3-gamer.
Calling it like I see it, brother. Calling it like I see it. So next we got New Orleans in the Superdome on the road. I mean, I'm going dub here. I think we
gotta sweep them. Gotta sweep them here.
Yeah, we gotta sweep them. We gotta get some division dubs. I'm going W there. New Orleans Saints. Let's see. When is the last time we beat the Saints on the road? Away.
I don't recall.
Last time we beat the Saints on the road was in 2023. January 2023. We closed the season out, beat them 10-3 in a meaningless game. I don't think that really counts. But we'll take it. We will take it. So yeah, that's the last time we beat New Orleans on the road. But I think we're gonna pull out the brooms on New Orleans. Like Dave said, I think they're gonna be pretty bad in that Archie Manning sweepstakes. So yeah. Tampa. Dave, we got Tampa Bay at home.
Gotta win the first one.
Must win, bro. I believe this is a must win. I'm with you, Dave. This is a must win. We got to get these guys. This is a must win game for the Carolina Panthers. And if things are the way we predict them to be, we're gonna be in the playoff fight, probably in a fight for our lives. And I think this is a must-win game. So at this point, going into this Tampa game, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got us at 8 dubs. So we're literally.
I got us at 9 if that's the case.
Yeah. So 8 dubs. You know what I mean? So this is gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one. But I think it's a must win. So I'm going W, Dave.
Gotta win this one. We gotta win this one.
You going dub?
That would put me up. That would be their 10th win. That'd be Carolina's 10th win. That might be enough to close the division, truth be told. But that's a whole different discussion. More. That might be enough. 10 wins is gonna be enough to win the division this year. That might be it. We might be able to rest our starters in week 18 if everything falls the right way. I think 10 wins is gonna be enough to do it. Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle. They own us 11-5, but boy, we had some rivalries back in the day with Seattle, bro. They were tough. And boy, we won one of the last 5 games that we played against Seattle. Not good. Going back to 2016, we lost. 2018, we lost. 2019, we lost. We did win in 2022, but then we lost again in 2023. Seattle, but it is a home game for us. They got to come all the way to the East Coast. Although we've lost our last 2 games at home against them. Dave, what you got?
1-11.
Oof.
I picked this one in division, man.
Yeah, I got a dub against
Sam Darnold. The Sam Darnold revenge game.
Yeah, blood and guts for Sam Darnold.
Unless Jalen Monroe is in there.
Could be. But
very possible, guys.
This is typically Sam Darnold crumble time towards the end of the season. So
yeah,
I think it's a winnable game. Winnable game. Dave, and then to close out the season, we've got Tampa Bay on the road, which could be for the division. Could be. Dave, what you got?
I think we're going to already have the division locked up, so it won't be for the division, and we will be resting our starters.
Yeah, I'm going
11 wins is going to be enough to win the division, and I think we will rest them because we're not going to be a high enough seed to be worth fighting to try to figure out seeds. Unless you're the 1 seed, you ain't getting a bye. So
yeah. I'm going L. I'm going L there too. Well, I'm going L. You got dub. I'm going L.
No, I got L.
Okay, you got L.
Yeah. But they already got 11 wins, so they don't need this win because I already got the division locked up.
Gotcha. All right. Let me see. What do I have us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We both got them 11.
You got
11-6.
How you get 11-6?
I do not know. I got us against.
Hold on now. I had us losing.
Yeah, it was the Dallas. I had us beating Dallas.
Yeah, but you had us losing to Miami. So we were 5-1 We were the same record. The difference
was but it was Dallas. I had us beating Dallas. We ended up back on the same.
No, but we were both 5-1 after 6 weeks. We were already the same. But we agreed on the Jets, Bills, Packers.
We
Saints.
differed. We differed on San Francisco. I got us at L San Francisco.
Yep. And did we agree to Atlanta? Yeah, we agreed to Atlanta. We differed on San Fran. I had us winning. And you had us being on a 3-game losing streak. I had us winning that. Let me just count my losses. Hold on. I'll count mine.
I might have 10. I might have us 10. My fault.
You're 10-7. And I'm 11-6. Because I had us losing to Dallas. So that's 1. Buffalo, Green Bay, 3. Atlanta, 4. 5.
Yeah. 10-7.
And then, so 10-7 for you, 11-6 for me.
I think that's reasonable, bro. If we go 10-7, bro, I'm elated. If we go 10-7, I'm elated, bro.
10-7 might be enough for a wild card spot. Maybe. That might not be like if we go 10-7, that ain't gonna be enough to win the division. If because that means you got us losing to Tampa to close out the season. Right? Or am I tripping? You had us beating Tampa in the final game?
No, I had us losing.
Yeah, so that would put put us. We wouldn't win the division because I think if week 18 ends up being for the division and we lose, we won't win the division. It'll be a matter of whether or not we get the wild card. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, nah. I mean, I think when you consider how last season went and consider how many one possession games we were in and how many opportunities we had, I just don't believe our defense is going to be as atrocious as it was last year. And I don't believe our offense is going to be as bad as it was last year. I mean, those two things should improve us and get us a couple wins. Some of the wins that we lost last year because of like drop balls or terrible defense, I think we'll get some of those games. I think we'll win the close games this go around versus last year. So that's where I think the Delta is going to come. I mean, FanDuel has us as a win total of 6.5. So if you believe us, I would take the over. I mean, 7 wins. I mean, I definitely think we'll win 7 games. So, NFC North, like, you know what? We need to do some schedule scouting. I hate the way this looks, by the way, just so you know. Let's see here. All right, the schedules are probably here now. I want to look at our rivals. How ugly do they have it?
Take a look at it. Let's take a look at the rival schedules.
I just need to see how ugly is it. I'll accept the cookies for now. They open at the Falcons. Oof. And they got to play the Texans.
You can't see.
Oh, shit. Hold on. That's my bad. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. My apologies. It created a new tab. Here we go. Got Atlanta, Texans.
They open in the division? Dang.
Yep. They open
Somebody
in the
got to catch
division.
a fade.
They start with 2 road games, too.
That's 0-2 right there.
Then they got the Jets at home. Then they got to go. They get the Eagles at home. They got a tough schedule. Then they got Seattle, home against San Fran.
Ooh.
At Detroit.
Sheesh.
Remember, right?
They play schedule.
They got the first place schedule. So they play the first place teams. At New Orleans, they get their buys in the middle, of week 9. They get New England at home.
Ooh, the Bills.
At the Bills. Well, we play the Bills too. At the Rams, home against Arizona, home against New Orleans, home against Atlanta. 3 straight home games to close out to get close to at Carolina.
That's tough, bro.
At Miami, that's a tough bookend, but we don't know what Miami's gonna look like. And then home against Carolina. They got a rough one.
So shout out to Joel, or Joel. He said the FanDuel has Falcons at 7.5, Bucks at 9.5, Saints at 5.5. What do they have? Carolina
6.5.
Oof, I don't like that disrespect. We definitely got more than 6 dubs.
Here's the Saints schedule. We got at the Chargers to open the season. Jacksonville, Denver at home. Then actually, I'm tripping. That's regular season. My bad. They open at home against the Cardinals. At home against the Cardinals, and then they stay at home against San Fran. Then they get at the Seahawks, at the Bills, home against the Giants, home against the Patriots, at Chicago, home against the Bucks, at the Rams, at Carolina, bye week at 11. Falcons, at Dolphins, at Bucks, Panthers, Jets at home, at
That's
the
not
Titans.
too bad. They don't have a terrible schedule.
They don't, but they're going to be a terrible team. So,
yeah,
it's all relative. Then we got the Birds.
Shout out to Carlo. He said the Falcons have 4 primetime games and a trip to Berlin.
They do.
Fade. I see.
They
2.
open against Detroit.
1 and 2 off the rip.
Yeesh. They open against Detroit. Yikes. And it's a Friday. Oh, ain't that the they got Friday. Wait, I'm done. I'm doing this again. My bad, bro.
Preseason. Okay.
Yeah,
my bad, man. God, dog.
Yeah, they got Tampa at home. At the Vikings, at Carolina, the Commandos at home.
Yeah, I think Washington's about to come back down to earth though.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think
Their
so.
schedule. Click that schedule and see. They coming back there, bruh.
Talk about Washington?
Yes.
Hold on. Well, let's finish this and we'll go to Washington next.
Yeah, after this.
Bills, at San Fran, Miami, at New England, at Colts, Panthers, at Saints, at Jets, Seattle, at Tampa, at Cardinals, Rams. That schedule ain't too bad.
Yes, the schedule's not bad at all. Click
I guess they did
that commander schedule, bruh.
I am.
And you're gonna see how quick they coming back there, bruh.
I ain't seen the schedule, so give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. Then we'll
I ain't seen
paste.
it. I ain't seen it either, but they catching fades.
Paste real fast. I got a call. Regular season. See, some of them show the preseason, some don't. They at home. They open the season against the Giants.
That's a dub.
At Green Bay, Thursday night, short week. Jesus. Then they got the Raiders, at the Falcons, at the Chargers, Bears, at Dallas. Ooh, Kansas City. Yeesh. Seattle, Detroit, at Miami, Denver. It's a tough schedule, bro. At the Vikings.
Keep scrolling. Look at that last, bruh.
Oh. And notice, do you notice the TBD? And they got to play Dallas on Christmas Day. You notice what was their bye? Am I tripping? What was their bye? They had early. When's their bye?
12, I think.
12. There it is. Okay. Week 12. Bruh. Philly, Dallas, Philly. Actually, Giants. Damn, that's tough. They're making sure that them last 4 weeks is critical, man.
Yeah, I don't like how they're doing all the division games like that, though. That's
no. It makes sense from the NFL standpoint. It makes sense because it makes it that all the games matter, which goes back to the tanking analogy, guys. It's hard to tank when there's big games on the line at the end. It's hard to do it. Hard to do it. Did you see that the Vikings got back-to-back international games?
Nah, that's crazy.
No, it's smart when you sit down and think about it.
Like, it's super smart, but it's like the fact that they got to stay over there like that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like I want to pull that off the string. I'm assuming that their bye week is right after those 2 international games, but let me pull it up real fast. But yeah, they got 2 straight international games. I noticed that when they announced the international series. All right, so they got at Chicago, Atlanta, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh. Oof, that AFC North ain't a game. At Cleveland, bye week at 6 weeks. Philly. Oh, these are the back-to-backs. They got the Steelers at the Steelers. Then they got at the Browns. So those are both considered road games for them. Oh, that's a deal for them. They didn't have to give up a home game either. Oh, that's optimal, bro. And then they get the bye week after. That's optimal for them. They didn't have to give up a home game for that. That's beautiful for them. But yeah. And this is a manageable schedule too. They can do some damage with this. Outside of them having to be international 2 straight weeks. But yeah, man. Kind of crazy. It's the Giants. They're a major market team. Of course, they're going to have more primetime games.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what it is, man. Like, I'm trying to remember the most primetime games we ever had. I think the most we ever had in the season was 3. And that was when we had Cam, if I remember correctly. We might have had 3.
I don't even remember, bro.
I could check. Because we had him, it probably had to be that 2016 season, either 2016 or 2004 season. I could check. There. We had the first game. That was a primetime game. I remember that. And then after that, this was a Monday nighter. Yeah. Then we had a Thursday nighter. So yeah, we had 3. Yeah, we had 3. Actually, might have had 4.
They said look at the Bears schedule. You looking at the Bears schedule?
I can pull it up. Look at the Bears schedule. Why do we care about the Bears?
I don't know. It must be tough. I seen multiple people say it.
I mean, the Bears ain't gonna be that good anyway, but that's a whole different discussion. They're in the NFC North. They're in the NFC North, so that's a tough division.
Shit.
No, that's the preseason.
Yeah, I was about to say, damn.
But they start with Minnesota and Detroit, then Dallas, Raiders, bye, the team, New Orleans.
Oof. Damn.
Break, Vikings, Steelers, Philly. Woo! Jesus.
Goodness gracious.
Oh yeah, they
about to
trash.
get packed out. And they about to get packed out. That's what he get. That's what they coach get. That's what he get, bruh. They about to get packed out.
Oh, that's Ben Johnson, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's what he get, bruh.
Big D, no Kool-Aid sipping. Shout out to the super chat, man. I say 11-6. Yeah, that's where I'm at, bro. I think we're gonna get 11 wins this year. We're gonna see. We gonna see. Yeah. Bears might be part of the Archie Manning sweepstakes, bro, with that schedule. That joint is rough,
they about to get packed out, bro.
Well, Ben Johnson didn't draft Caleb Williams, so here's his opportunity. But anywho.
Yeah. So just going back to the Panthers and giving the final thoughts on the Panthers schedule, man, give me 9 to 10, bro. Give me 9 to 10 dubs, and I'm A-okay with that, bro. The schedule is not terrible. There's a nice little stretch in there that's kind of tough. But I don't, I think it'll be manageable, especially if we can start fast. I think it's critical that the Panthers start fast.
Yep.
Because that stretch is gonna come at us fast. You know what I mean? So we gotta make sure we good there. But outside of that, man, I think we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right.
Be all right. We can stay healthy throughout the offseason. I think we're gonna be good to go, man. I really do. I'm cautiously optimistic about this season. I love what we did in the offseason. I think we're gonna do pretty well this year. It's been a while since we've had a winning record on this podcast, bro.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
A while, yeah, a long time.
Since the first season.
Since the first year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's funny. I'm going to be talking about this podcast tomorrow when I do my leadership brief, so it's going to be fun. I get to brief the department tomorrow, talk about my career and stuff I do outside of this place. So it's going to be fun tomorrow.
That's dope. That's dope. All right. With that said, man, let's close this thing down, man. Let's get up out of here. Again, this was fun. Stay tuned. I got that Jimmy Horn Jr. little thing I'm working on. Stay tuned for that. It's gonna be dope. Working on it now. Hopefully it'll be out sometime next week. We'll see. But in the meantime, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, get in the comments, all that good stuff. All 1,000 of you watching. We are 900 subscribers away from 25,000. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. We got a lot of content coming. It's the off season, but things are starting to pick up, and we're gonna be covering it all, man. So lock in with us, PNP. That's where it's at. Like, subscribe. We out of here. Peace.